Hello, Dr. Joe here. Now, if you are someone who has got high blood pressure or other metabolic diseases like diabetes, I want you to pay attention to this very video because I've got something exciting to share with you. And it is something that I'm really proud of. So let me give you the backstory to this. Just over a year ago, I was writing my second book because this is my first book on managing high blood pressure with lifestyle approach. So I was writing my second book, and at the end of the second chapter, I had a brainwave. And the brainwave was, should I continue with the book, as in continue writing the second book, or should I make this first edition of this book, make it better, okay, make it more robust and far-reaching? So it was a difficult decision for me to make at the time. And what I did was I gave myself 2 nights to sleep over it. And the third morning I woke up and I had made a decision. And the decision was that I was going to write the second edition of this book, make it more robust and also more far-reaching. So here we are. The book is here, okay? But that's not all. I gave myself a target. I set myself a difficult target because I was going to turn 60 this year. So I was going to become 60 years of age this year. And my plan was that I will work hard to make sure that the book was ready by my 60th birthday, or at least birth month. So it involved a lot of blood, sweat and tears, worked really hard with the little time I have. And yes, we did arrive, okay? And here we are. The book is here. This is the second edition of this very book, specifically mainly for managing high blood pressure with lifestyle approach, but other people will benefit from reading this book as well. Because, and as you can see here, it's a lot more robust. This one has just over 300 pages and this one has over 500 pages. So, as you can tell, there's a huge difference between them, okay? So, here we are. The book is ready. I managed to get it ready for my birth month. And the book has now been released and is available to you. So, here's the thing. The 2 milestones were, I'll turn 60 and then I will have the book ready, which I achieved. And I'm proud of it. Not just that, I'm also proud of the very content that I have in this very book. Why is this book bigger? Well, there are 7 new chapters in this very book, okay? And the old chapters were basically reworked. There are only 2 chapters that I didn't do a lot to, but all the other old chapters were reworked. And if you got the first edition of this book, I will encourage you to also get this because, of course, there are new chapters and the old chapters, I added more stuff. And yeah, you're going to find it exciting. So let me just go over a couple of new chapters that have been added. Let me get to the table of contents. The very first new chapter that you will see there is what I call the metabolic bottleneck that is wrecking your health. This chapter is basically Metabolism 101. I explain metabolism to you in really layman terms. You're going to understand it from the ground up. Really exciting for you to read that chapter, honestly. Especially if you've got hypertension and diabetes. What else? There's a new chapter called Low PRAL is All the Excitement. PRAL, low PRAL. Do you know what PRAL is? That's potential renal acid load. And of course, I'll tell you how that influences your health. It's an exciting chapter that you should read, okay? What's the other new chapter? Oh, by the way, sleep and stress is in this very book, but I have totally reworked that very chapter to such an extent that you're going to find it really exciting. I even talk about grounding mats. Should you get them, okay? You'll see my response in this very book here. And there's something else that people don't talk about. Gurus don't talk about this very issue. As far as sleep is concerned, I tackle it. And if you think you're broken, because this is something that affects millions of people as far as their sleep is concerned, I really tackle it. You're going to find it really exciting if it affects you, because millions of people are affected by this very sleep problem. So that's there. What else? The hyperadrenergic individual. If you're somebody who suffers from anxiety, you are going to benefit from reading this very chapter. Quite exciting. And there's a chapter on fasting. I don't talk a lot about fasting on this very channel. In fact, I don't think I've done a separate video on fasting in particular. I talk about fasting and how you can use that to your advantage is all in here in this very book. That's another new chapter. What else? The chapter for exercise, that was reworked. I added quite a number of things in there. Exciting. Another new chapter is called Blowing Hot and Cold. Well, what is it about? And how does it affect your health? Well, yeah, you're going to get that all in here. What else? Oh, a fantastic new chapter is the 90-day plan. Okay, the 90-day plan. In actual fact, that 90-day plan was supposed to be a book on its own, but is here, okay? And the 90-day plan is actionable steps that you can take week after week, okay? What you should do in week 1, week 2, week 3, for 13 weeks is all in there, okay? So very nice one there. And of course, there's a chapter on startup recipes. I call it startup recipes. The book is not really a recipes book. However, I've given you some recipes to get you started, okay? That's why I call it startup recipes. There are about 29 or 30 recipes in there just to get you going. So the book has been well thought out, and I think you are going to get a lot of value from reading this very book. So what can you do for me? What do I request of you? There are 2 things that I request of you, please. The first one is that you get yourself a copy of this very book as a birthday present for me, as a 60th birthday present for me, please, okay? So that is the first task. The second task is you read the book and then head over to Amazon, and then of course, please write a review of the book right in there on Amazon. You don't have to write a lot, a couple of lines will do, but more importantly, give it the star rating that you think the book deserves, okay? So those are the 2 things, please. Give me a birthday present, a 60th birthday present, by getting yourself a copy of this book, Fix Your High Blood Pressure in 90 Days or Less. That's the title. I'm going to leave links below, by the way. So get yourself a copy. That's your first task. Second task is please do write a review about the book on Amazon, because when you do that, the more reviews the book gets, that will trigger the Amazon algorithm, and then the book will have better exposure, okay? So that is the reason I request that of you as well, please, okay? So that's it really. Links, by the way, I forgot to say this, links to get the book will be right below this very video in the comment section. It's going to be the very first comment that you see below this video, as well as in the video description. So I know that you're going to get a lot of value from this very book. I hope you do, because I've put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this very book. And I think you'll get a lot of value from it. So that's it for today's video. Go ahead, please go get yourself a copy now. Until next time, until the very next video, this is Dr. Joe signing out.